the Memorial Gymnasium, and finally, the Westbrook Building. With the spreading of buildings came, too, the spread of activities. On the campus and throughout the province, our own program in extension expanded rapidly, winter and summer, day and night. We placed a great deal of stress on the visual arts and encouraged students of all ages to develop their latent talents through various media of expression. And here, sir, we invite you to relax from the work of construction to watch others give shape to their own dreams through paints and clays and woods, and to look at some of their finished products. Included in this relaxed ramble are creations by students from the College of Education as well as from Extension. Here, too, is more art in the making, but this time the great native art of grand old Mungo Martin, as he shapes new totem poles and reshapes old ones in preparation for yet another ceremony, the opening of the first unit of the now renowned Totem Pole Park, a unique contribution made by you, sir, and your associates to a better understanding of a past culture. The expanding reputation of UBC and your own special power to draw people to you were two magnets that attracted many great figures to the campus. For example, the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Very Reverend Geoffrey Francis Fisher, with gentle face, well-gaitered legs, and twinkling toes that wished to dance even in academic procession. Or the Honorable Clement Attlee, noted labor leader and one-time British Prime Minister. Dignified yet affable, with a smile on his lips and a pleasant glint in his eyes, he is here well guided by Geoffrey Andrew, Henry Angus, and yourself, with Mrs. MacKenzie doing a last-minute entrance from the right. For a more enduring politician and statesman, India's first and only Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, who climaxed his visit to UBC by addressing thousands of students who crowded into the armories to hear him. Even as he left, they still encircled him. To open the newly built International House came the late Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt, a tower of concentrated strength and ability, a world influence in her own right. She is followed here by Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, who, for some unknown reasons, got but 9 seconds of camera coverage. So please watch him closely as he makes his historic entrance and exit in record time. From the Isles of the Pacific they also came. Chief among them, the then bachelor Crown Prince of Japan, Prince Akihito, who was received with pomp and ceremony, and then taken to see the early memorials of Japanese-Canadian friendship in the old and minute Japanese garden which used to hide among the trees on the western edge of the campus. Unfortunately for him, the timing of the prince's visit was poor, for if he had come some brief time later, he could have wandered at leisure through the new Japanese gardens and sipped his tea in the cool shadows of a delicately lovely tea house. And finally, over the years, have come noted members of our own royal family. The Princess Royal Mary, whose brother George VI had visited the campus in 1939, the vivacious Princess Margaret Rose, the dynamic Prince Philip, and Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. During your period as president, you must have attended some 50 or more congregations, a feat of amazing fortitude. But of these, the ones you perhaps remember with the greatest pleasure are those at which members of your own family, Susie, Patrick, and Bridgie, were duly capped and admitted as full-fledged members into that somewhat amorphous but nonetheless august body known by the University Act as convocation. And here is the first to make that grade, Susie herself, animated, smiling, cheerful, as she exchanges congratulations with lively Miss Lett, daughter of the Chancellor and Mrs. Lett. It was a lovely day, in keeping with the joy that was embedded in the event. But then came another congregation in which joy was blended with sorrow. A congregation unlike others we have attended. The procession was much the same, slow and solemn. The armories, as usual, were filled with earnest students, proud parents, sober-eyed professors, and dignified dignitaries. But then the pattern changed. First came the installation of a new chancellor, Dr. Phyllis Ross, to succeed your good friend, Del Grauer, who had died in office. Then followed, sir, a unique occurrence. Your own graduation from UBC as a Doctor of Laws, honoris causa et summa cum laude. Your course had been a long one. Your results had been brilliant, and your degree had been won 1,000-fold. For these reasons we rejoiced with you, but we sorrowed too at the knowledge that with your graduation came the closing days of your career as president of UBC. So we come to the bottom of our Drambuie glass. Only a few drops remain. Drops in the form of random views of the campus, with its varied but ever-present beauty always before our eyes. But as we walk this campus, you, sir, will always walk with us. For you are still very much a part of UBC, and will remain as such with us and with our successors for all time. Good poets don't disappear. They stay. And you, whether you like the idea or not, are really a poet in the wide sense of that word, a creator, a maker. When you first came as a freshman president, you entered a good university. When you graduated from a great university, the motto of which can here be applied in a very particular sense: tuum est, it is yours. In closing, may we thank you again for your many acts of kindness to us all over the years. And may we offer our thanks, too, to Mrs. MacKenzie, the gracious partner in your constant giving. Yours most sincerely, your friends in Extension.